In the waning days of summer in 1981, 14-year-old Eric Larsfolk was no different than many kids his age. As he ate supper with his parents on August 24, he might have been thinking about the new friends he'd make when he started grade 10 at Mayfield Secondary School in a few days, or of how he'd celebrate his birthday soon after. He might have been thinking about his friends in Fort Erie, Ontario. It had been only weeks since the Lars folks relocated to an affordable white farmhouse on Horseshoe Hill Road in Caledon, with views of the fields and rolling hills. After supper, as Eric pedaled his new bike down the dusty gravel driveway, he was likely thinking about his blossoming relationship with his 13-year-old neighbor, Kim McCormack. Eric's father, Lloyd, watched his son disappear in the direction of the McCormack farm, less than 1 kilometer away. It was sometime after 6 p.m. Eric didn't know that Kim would be going to babysit for Paul and Maureen Lalonde, who lived up the road. Eric barely knew Kim's 15-year-old brother, John Jr., and he had no way of knowing he would never come home. Nearly 40 years later, there is no consistent version of what happened during the next 5 hours. John Jr. had spent most of the summer away, recovering in Virginia with relatives after an explosive fight with his father, John Sr., reportedly resulting in a broken arm. He returned to Caledon on August 14, 1981, and spent the next 10 days reconnecting with friends, including sneaking beers from his father's mini-fridge and driving the black Chevy field car. Dave, a family friend, recalls John Sr. yelling at John Jr. from the balcony, with John Jr. defiantly flipping him off. The night before the boys vanished, John Jr. and his friend Dwayne Spears had been out late in Orangeville. The next day, Spears was grounded and unable to visit the McCormack farm as planned. On August 24, 1981, Eric Larsfolk, who had never hung out alone with John Jr. before, went to the McCormack farm when Dave was unavailable. Around 11 p.m., Joyce McCormack frantically knocked on the Larsfolk family's door, informing them that the boys were missing. Eric's unfamiliarity with John Jr., combined with John Jr.'s strained relationship with his father, remains central to the mystery. In 2011, Livingstone spoke with the OPP in Curry, who indicated McCullough and McCormack Sr. were suspects. In 2010, Detective. Inspector Karski reopened the case and searched the McCormack property using GPR. A new cement floor was poured in the barn's tack room after the boys' disappearance. The OPP has refused to provide details about the investigation, citing an ongoing investigation and privacy concerns. Livingstone now questions his previous theory that McCormack Sr. killed the boys in a fit of rage. Despite the extensive search, no trace of Eric or John Jr. has been found.